Hi there. My name is Amy Deitemeyer, and I am a clarity coach. That means I help women embrace self awareness, confidence, and freedom. So, welcome back to Cultivating Clarity. Here on this channel, I address common issues among women and provide insight to help you grow through those issues. Today, we are going to talk about the impact of self care on confidence. So I'm all about self-care. I talk about it all the time. And now I wanted just to chat about how that looks in your confidence. Self-care is more than a day at the spa or a face mask or a bubble bath at home. Here's what self-care is. This is the definition from dictionary.com. I'm going to read it to you. The act of attending to one's physical or mental health, generally without medical or other professional consultation. It involves activities and behaviors that individuals engage in to promote their overall health, reduce stress, and enhance their quality of life. Self-care is a proactive approach to personal health and involves recognizing and addressing one's own needs. So I underlined attending and engage and proactive because self-care is not something that just accidentally happens one day. Some days that happens, you think, oh, that was actually really relaxing, or I really enjoyed myself and I'm feeling renewed and refreshed. But oftentimes it's something that we need to take care of. We need to pay attention to. There are lots of different types of self-care. There's physical self-care, emotional, mental, spiritual, professional, social, lots of different types of self-care. And it's really recognizing where you need that and then making time to address that. Did you know that engaging in regular self-care practices contribute to increased confidence? And then it makes a circle because the more confidence you have, the more self-care is you're able to prioritize in your life. So here are some ways that self-care and confidence are linked. A more positive self-image. That makes sense. You're feeling confident, you have a better self-image. Helps with stress management. It's proven the more you take care of yourself, the easier it is to manage the stress that comes your way. Setting boundaries becomes a more streamlined task. I don't want to ever say that it's easy. Sometimes it's easy, but a lot of times it can be hard. But the more confidence you have, the more you take care of yourself and begin to value yourself, the easier it is to set boundaries than it was before. Personal growth and development flourish the more self-care you have. Your physical well-being improves the more self-care you have. Your mindfulness and self-awareness improve with self-care. And your resilience with more self-care. So what I'm saying is these few benefits that I've listed, I'm sure there are more, give you all the justification you need, my friend, to take care of yourself without guilt. Let's talk about tailoring self-care practices for your own individual needs, because what works for you might not work for me, and vice versa. So really recognizing what you need will help to improve your self-care to make it more restorative and renewing and refreshing. I've got several tips for you. The first one is self-awareness. Just really reflecting on your strengths, your weaknesses, your likes, your dislikes, and identifying stressors in your life. When I tell you I love yoga because it's so relaxing to me, you might say, "Oh, I hate yoga." And that's okay. You don't have to like yoga. I used to hate yoga. So, really finding things that you like that play to your strengths, and then recognizing the stressors. Because when you know what stressors are, then you can step back and think, okay, I might need to do some self-care to get through this. Identifying your needs and priorities will help you tailor your self-care practices. So, determining what areas of your life require attention and self-care, considering whether you need more physical, mental, social, professional self-care, whatever category that falls into. Explore different activities because what resonates with me might not resonate with you. Consider your lifestyle. Take into account your daily routines, your work schedule, and other commitments. And then choose self-care practices that can realistically fit into your life without causing additional stress. So if you already have a quiet time in the morning before work, maybe stopping for 5 minutes during that quiet time to pray or meditate or breathe. If you walk the dog every night, maybe you stop in during that walk for a minute or two and you just take in everything around you. I recently had a friend say to me, I just don't think I can rest in this season of my life. And I gently challenged her that just because it's a different season and more challenging doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means it might look different. So, how can it fit? So, we talked and she came up with a whole new idea that she hadn't thought of before. Next, listen to your body and your mind. Pay attention to how they respond to different situations and activities, and really notice what brings you a sense of fulfillment and joy and relaxation. Set realistic goals. So, breaking down larger self-care activities into smaller, achievable time frames. I oftentimes hear from moms or entrepreneurs, I don't have time to do that. So, okay, you might not have time to go and get an hour massage, but can you do 5 to 10 minutes of stretching? You might not have time to sit for an hour and read a book. Can you listen to an audiobook while you do the dishes? Okay. Set timers to help make those chunks more realistic and just give yourself a break for 5 or 10 minutes. Another tip for tailoring your self-care preferences is customizing your routines. Figure out what time of day, what specific activity, and for how long can you fit that in. Be flexible is the next tip. Understand that your needs change over time and you may need to make adjustments. It could be a different season. It could just be that, nothing's hitting the way it used to hit. So you need to figure something different out, and that's okay. Seek inspiration is our next tip. Explore resources, articles, podcasts, and draw inspiration from others while adapting those to fit your lifestyle. Ask for input. Ask friends and family, what do you do? Maybe what do you think might fit me? A lot of times it's helpful for somebody else looking at our life to give us ideas. And lastly, Regularly assess those self-care practices. Is this still working? Does this still feel good? Is this relaxing? Does this stress me out more than it actually relaxes me? That periodic assessing can help your self-care practices remain effective. And remember that self-care is a personal and ongoing journey. What worked for me in self-care when I was a young stay-at-home mom versus what works now as a mom of adult children, totally different. And that's okay. And I know other women my age who are in a very similar stage of life. We also have different opinions of self-care, and that's okay too. So just remembering that your journey is your journey and what feels good to you feels good to you and totally fine. It might feel great to you during self-care to listen to heavy metal music. That is not relaxing to me. I will not be doing that. But if you love it, you do that. I want to wrap up with this quote I recently heard, and it just hit me so hard because it's what I've been practicing for years now and trying to tell people. The art of self-care is continuously being aware and addressing the issues where they arise. It's recognizing and doing the strategies every day, multiple times a day, not just once or saving it for vacation time. Put in the work, friend, to improve your self-care, and your confidence will definitely improve. I love you. I'm wishing you a week filled with flourishing moments, thriving confidence, and the healthful vigor you deserve. See you next week.